Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 10, not 20, not 30, not 40, but 50 petitions.
Are you telling me that the Nigerian police, after hearing that there were people saying that they might have been defrauded by your company, or alleging that, told a private citizen to come and be investigating on their behalf?
No,
and come and report to them?
No, get it right.
Hey, yo, what up, guys? So today, let's talk about PWAN real estate company, versus Scott Iguma. I believe you all know Scott Iguma, by now. In fact, I was supposed to do a good introduction to this video, like PWAN real estate company, something like that. But let's talk about PWAN, right? And a lot has been happening in the media space, because Mr. Scott has been arrested, like we all know, and he was remanded for the weekend, which is making everybody go crazy. Of course, we have had a lot of persons come out to react to this news that Scott has been arrested and left, there for the weekend.
This is a very simple message to PWAN Real Estate Company. Your CEO, your employees, your family members, your loved ones, your supporters, the Nigerian police force that has no fucking sense in their head. Release Scott. What has he done wrong, apart from expose fraud? Do you know what now? Moving forward, PWAN, you are my op. Your employees are my ops. Your family members are my ops. Your friends are my ops. I don't give a flying fuck how innocent anyone is that works in PWAN. You are my op. As long as Scott is in detention, my God, I will do everything in my power to make sure that anyone associated with that company sees shiggy. I know a lot of your agents, they've tried to sell me land. A lot of them don't have sense in their head, so I'll use them as an example. Release Scott, PWAN Real Estate Company.
PWAN Real Estate Company! PWAN Real Estate Company! The real estate company that have been selling this thing! PWAN Real Estate Company. Remove your monkey hand from the pot of soup before it turns to human hand, though. PWAN Real Estate Company. Release Scott Iguma. Scott Iguma is not your problem. Una problem is your own management and administration. And you see this issue of Scott Iguma where una don't arrest them, they don't remand them for prison, so you cannot prosecute your way out of these issues. This issue can only be resolved through proper administration and meticulous management to regain the public trust for you to show, say, truly, you are not a company that's involved in fraud or criminality, but you are interested in resolving issues when they arise. Because the same clients where you they expect to come join una to do business are watching and seeing how you they handle this case of Scott Iguma, so you cannot prosecute your way out of it, P1. P1, you cannot use criminality to solve criminality. You cannot use illegality to solve illegality. So you must do the right thing. This issue of Scott Iguma, to begin with, how you even expect Nigerians to trust you? Immediately the news of this arrest come out, where they arrest and remand them for prison, your own management come and issue statements, say that you had nothing to do with the arrest and it had nothing to do with P1, which was a blatant lie. You came out to deny any attempt or involvement in the arrest. Meanwhile, you knew that there is a petition that is signed by your own counsel, Barrister Oniga, before the police, and that you had already filed a 10-count charge bordering on cyber security, cyber stalking, cyber this and that against the boy. But you came out to deny any involvement or having any knowledge about his arrest. So how you want make Nigerians take trust you? How do you want us to believe your subsequent statements? Everything where una they allege, una say na cyber stalking, cyber bullying, this and that. But most of the guy's allegations, according to himself, are even registered before the EFCC, and he don't they call una attention. So which of those his allegations they don't investigate, reach a conclusion before we know say waiting him can they do now na cyber stalking? Abi una jump the allegations, then go to arrest the person who is making those allegations and calling you your attention to doing the right thing. The allegations, are they not from your own customers? Since where these issues come out, waiting you in a company don't do to establish that you have taken serious custody and be attempts to resolve these issues and to show and assure Nigerians that truly you are doing your best to resolve the issues without any illegality. So P1 Real Estate Company, you not go fit prosecute yourself out of this issue. You must face it and resolve it. The head of P1, in fact, one of our oga for Daddy Freeze Instagram live, he talks a P1, that is Project West Africa Network, is a mother company of about 64 subsidiaries, meaning you have the resources and capacity. So why would I not fit resolve people issue? If you they pass for Lagos for Island, if they pass for around law school and maybe Ikate, you go see big billboard. The owner of a P1, Dr. Augustine Owumere, the wife, Dr. Jane, and all that. They go put picture, they go put billboard, meaning they have the resources. So why have you not been able to resolve these issues and gain back public trust? And finally, if una think say na Scott Iguma be una problem, according to a report by Fitch, in May of this year, Nigeria Security and Exchange Commission (SEC) referred to activities of P1 Group as being likened to actions of a Ponzi scheme. That is, Security and Exchange Commission allegedly accused P1 of carrying out actions wey be like Ponzi scheme, MMM. Things like MMM. Why would I never go arrest and prosecute the Security and Exchange Commission? Shena, all this one a show of power. All this arrest, remand before this thing and all of that. No. P1 it no go work. P1, remove your monkey hand from the pot of soup before it turns to human hand. Release Scott Iguma. Set up a committee and a panel. Begin to review every single allegation. No matter what it costs you, the onus is on you to regain your public trust. If not, our people say once you are in a hole, you better stop digging. Your company, the onus is on you to regain public trust, and you have to do that. So, P1 real estate company, P1 real estate company, the real estate company that is selling this thing, release Scott Iguma. My name is Peter for Nigeria.
Although we are trusting that by tomorrow, he will be released and stuff like that, but P1 has come out to release statements. P1 has come out to do interview, which I'm going to be showing you guys in this video. But you know where it all started from? It all started from when Scott started. In fact, Scott did not start his call out from P1. So he started his call out with Suji Motors. We that follow Scott and listen to Scott, we all remember Suji Motors, And this guy was dragging Suji Motors, very well. But Suji Motors, they now started paying up the clients they owed. They owed some client for 3 years or few years or so, So they started paying up what they owe. And to the best of my knowledge, according to Scott himself, because he came out and he was like, Suji Motors have actually made great efforts in paying up their bills, and they are still even paying up their unpaid staff. For like 3 months, they did not pay their staff. But they paid up the stuff, basically.
Sujimoto. To the general public, I can now confirm that Sujimoto has paid his debts. Now, he has not paid all of it, but he has paid a very good part of it.
So now he went to P1 Real Estate Company, and what started like a joke, got pretty serious when a lot of persons started bringing evidence, that P1 sold land to them or received, as Scott normally says it. So he sells receipts to them and they don't get their land allocations, right?
This particular P1 Advantage, they sold 2 different estates. One is Regent Court, Alero City. One is OJ and Mark, Ilamija. The 2 estates is gone. They've lost those 2 estates. They did not let anybody know they lost the estate, or maybe they did let some people know. I don't know. They didn't let people know. But how I found out about it was, I was going through properties they were selling around Alero City, and I saw the property there, and I saw waiting I buy 2.5 million naira for 300 square meters. They are now selling it for almost 9 million naira. Even if P1 does not want to develop, let me go and fence, because the thing is close to the road. And I called them. I want to come and fence. I know I have to pay developmental fee. So how much is it right now? And they told me they lost the estate. I almost had an heart attack, because I did not only buy, I also sold. Like, I was a realtor for them as at that time. I also sold for them. So I did not only have an heart attack for myself, I had an heart attack for Jesus Christ. Most of these people I sold to, they are like my friends that I still talk to till today. So if anything happened, like, how will you go and tell your friend that trusts you that property that you sold, like property that you referred them to the company to go and buy is gone? I went to the office. At first, I was so angry. I was shouting at them. Then later I came to my senses that not be by shout, though, I won't be able to shout. So I spoke to a lawyer. Lawyer said I should go for the inspection. Since they say they want to reallocate people, I should go for the inspection. I asked them, I want to see deed of assignment for the new estates that you want to reallocate me to. Because if there is no deed of assignment, what is the possibility that you are not going to lose that estate again? Deed of assignment, they don't show me. So I got angry. I said, okay, fine. Since this is what you are going to do, refund my money. I don't want to have anything to do with you people again. Refund my money. And we started going back and forth, back and forth. And I told them, I spoke to them that I sent an email telling them that if they don't refund my money, I'm going to go public, and the next person sending a message will be my lawyer. So I spoke to the lawyer, and the lawyer was like, they'll be foolish not to refund my money, because even though I'm running at loss, but make I collect my money, even though say I run at loss.
So it started getting serious when numbers and numbers of people started coming out. Like a great number of people started coming out, right? And they started talking about the same trend, the same way it happens for, one of them is the same way it happens for all of them, selling receipts, after years and years, they don't get their land allocation.
Good day, Nigerians, customers of the PWAN family. In recent times, we have heard some of our clients call us out for allocations, for pending allocations. And now I am here to say we are sorry. I am personally sorry. We are sorry as a family, as a group, PWAN, PWAN. We are sorry for these delayed allocations. The good thing I want to tell you here is that your lands are safe and are available. Just that issues surrounding around taking you for allocation. Most of the lands we have sold in the past in P1, which is a 13-year-old company, are in developing areas, not around they're in developing areas, not around areas where people are saturated. You may well know that P1, starting in 2012, was the first real estate company that started selling lands, affordable lands, to people. What I mean by affordable lands in areas like outskirts of Ibejuleki, Ekpe, for Lagos residents. Allocation for P1 and so many other companies poses a lot of issues from time to time. But I want to assure you, every money paid to us is never lost. You are going to get your land. It's only a matter of time. I am making a fervent promise here today that I am making allocation issues a state of emergency. And I'm going to be personally involved in making sure with the committee that we have created some months back to make sure that everyone, big and small, large and wide, no matter your color, anything, every person who has given us a dime of their sweat will get their land. Now, in order to ensure that we get the correct information about your complaints directly, the numbers on your screen and the email that is showing right now, which is p1allocationssolutions@gmail.com, and the number showing on the screen is personal to me, will get to me, and I will make sure your complaints are attended to as soon as possible. Allocation takes some time to be carried out, but if you send your details, that is your contract of sale or your receipt of payment or your subscription form, and we look at it and say you have not been given allocation, we will make haste to contact you, to invite you, and to treat your allocation issues. It is now a state of emergency for me, and with all our over 70 affiliate companies who are all allocated. I'll be mentioning some names of some estates that we have recently carried out allocations. For instance, in the family of the Regent series, I'm going to be publishing that right now. A lot of allocations are happening in this month of June and July and August, and the dates have been mentioned. As for an estate called Max Asset or Uno in Anambra State, which has been under contention after we had paid for the whole land and could not allocate for close to 2 years and 3 years, we have recovered that particular estate. And allocations have started going on. We may need to publish that too. Now, sometimes we fall prey to issues that lead us not to be able to take proper possession of our landed properties. What we are doing right now is to let you know that we are well aware that some of our customers are being owed allocations. So let it not be that we are not concerned. We are very, very, very concerned about you getting your plots allocated to you. Now, some people also post allocation plot numbers and block numbers and say they were not physically taken to their plots. Now, one of the reasons of such an occurrence is that that particular location is very waterlogged, like in Ibejuleki, Etiosa. Some of those lands are very waterlogged. As an individual, not as a surveyor, you may not be able to get to your plots. But we know that your plots have been allocated. Our surveyors have markings on those wet areas that showcase your land. And I am here to tell you that whenever you are ready to build, you will get to be on your land, because some form of sampling has to be done. Some form of sampling has to be done. Another major issue we have faced and keep facing is that when we finish selling an estate and we call our clients for development fees, which is the money used to create earth roads, make the estate livable, many of our clients do not respond. I can tell you that if we have sold over 50,000 plots since we started, more than 45,000 plots clients never respond to development fee, because most of our clients actually buy their lands, the lands they buy from us, to keep it for later use in the future or for later sale in the future. So these are some of the problems we face. And I want to use this medium to appeal to every client who has ever bought land in P1 to come and fence their property and contribute to the development of these estates so that these estates can be livable. Ladies and gentlemen, I am crying and I'm calling. Let us work together to save your investments. 10,000 naira is big money. 1 million naira is very big money. 2 million naira is massive money. And 10 million naira is a super money. People, you have invested a lot. I want us to work together to achieve the goals of making home ownership dream a reality. We have sold so many properties, and the only way we can remain in business is to acquire more properties, allocate to people, and help you solve your problems. Ladies and gentlemen, we are too exposed in Nigeria and outside Nigeria to get involved with any criminal act. We are not in the business of scamming anybody. We are not in the business of duping anybody. If it is allocation issues, it is just a problem that needs to be solved. We have also done something in recent times. We have acquired new properties where we have allocation issues or what is called encroachment challenges in some of our estates. We buy new properties close by and we move those that have those such problems to those new estates on our own cost. Even if the lands are more expensive than the one you bought before, we do that. It is part of the sacrifices in this business. Like I say in most of my trainings, if you're not ready to have headaches and high blood pressure, real estate business is not for you. So it is we that have the experience and the resources and the time to go into the struggles of delivering your estates that are working with you and talking with you right now. Yes, I can also tell you categorically that we have challenges with our customer service, but be rest assured that we're working on it. Information passing and information updating has been a great issue too in my business. And I'm here to tell you today that I'm really sorry about how you feel if you've not gotten your allocation. And be rest assured, we are in this for you.
So Scott continued to drag P1, right? Drag them. In fact, at some point in time, one of their top persons, I don't know his position. According to what they said, P1 has different branches, like different bases, under the P1 Global, right? So this guy actually came out to do an interview talking about the whole Scott thing, that they are speaking with Scott and whatever. Until recently, where Scott came out and started saying, they are threatening his life. If anything happens to him, they should know it's P1. Then something now happened to him, and in fact, it was the police that came out to arrest him. So when the police arrested him, a lot of persons got angry. In fact, very dark, in fact, Nigeria, mostly all social media influencers started coming out, to talk about this P1 thing, calling out P1, like, why will P1 arrest him? If he did something wrong, why did they not just sue him to court? And P1 here came out to deny everything. They denied everything, and they came out to release a press statement saying that they did not arrest Scott, that it wasn't them that arrested Scott. Of course, Scott's legal teams, through Scott's account, was quick to put out all those things and be like it was a lie, that it was P1. In fact, brought out proof that this thing was directly from P1. So first of all, I'm just going to read the statement, P1 put out that they were not the one that arrested Scott. Then I'm going to drop the reply of Scott's legal team coming out to talk about the fact that it was P1 that planned everything. So they released a press release, which is P1, and they were like, P1 denounces false claims over Mr. Scott Iguma's arrest. We neither arrest nor detain and never have. In response to a series of misleading and widely circulated social media posts, P1 categorically distances itself from the recent arrest and detention of Mr. Scott Iguma. We wish to state unequivocally that P1, as a private corporate entity, neither has the authority nor ever exercised any power to arrest or detain individual. The suggestion that we are responsible for Mr. Scott Iguma's current legal challenges is entirely false, malicious, and deeply misleading. While it is true that Mr. Iguma has in recent months waged a sustained smear campaign against P1, we have consistently responded with professionalism, restraint, and full adherence to legal channels. Despite persistent provocations and dissemination of falsehood, we extend multiple invitations to Iguma for peaceful dialogue, offers he publicly declined, as evidenced in his social media post. We must emphasize that the social media is not an appropriate venue for resolving legal disputes or grievance. They are recognized legal and institutional channels for matters which P1 has always respected. According to information reliably available to us, Mr. Iguma is currently being held for allegedly evading lawful police invitations and for a reported altercation with law enforcement officials at Panti. These events are unrelated to P1 and occurred independently of any involvement or directive from our organization. We understand that these issues were brought before Justice Ogazi of the Federal High Court, Lagos Division, during Mr. Iguma's recent arraignment. We urge the public, media outlets, and social commentators to refrain from amplifying unfounded allegations. The judicial process unfolds transparency and without interference. P1 remains firmly committed to integrity, the rule of law, and the continued advancement of Nigeria's real estate sector through ethical, transparent business practices. So that was the statement, P1 came out to release, denying everything flat, that they were not involved in the arrest, they were not involved in anything that happened to Mr. Scott. But of course, Mr. Scott's legal team came out to reply what they said, and this was what the team came out to say. So they were like, counter to P1's media whitewash denying involvement in Mr. Iguma's arrest or persecution, the truth. Since P1 and his management have chosen to engage in media whitewash by misleading the public through the press release, claiming they are not behind the arrest and prosecution of our client, Mr. Scott Iguma, we as legal counsel to Mr. Iguma are now compelled to bring the full fact into the public domain. Attached herewith are copies of the petition by P1 and its managing director, their statement against Iguma cheat and the charge sheet. In response to their third paragraph, which falsely suggests that our client maliciously launched a media campaign to smear their brand, let it be made unequivocally clear that Mr. Iguma harbors no personal grievance against P1 or its managing director. It is a matter of public records, and Mr. Iguma is a known social crusader who has consistently called out various real estate companies based on complaints brought to him by investors and aggrieved members of the public. In the case of P1, over 200 individuals have lodged complaints with our clients alleging that they invested millions of naira with P1 but have either not been allocated their properties or have been denied refunds. Some of these victims have already filed a class action which is currently pending before a competent court of law. We will not comment further on the matter out of respect for the judicial process. As a matter of law, truth is a valid defense to defamation, and PWAN cannot claim that our client has defamed them when there is overwhelming evidence and a multitude of complaints backing up his public statements. If PWAN is now having second thoughts about their baseless petition and ongoing persecution of Mr. Iguma, the lawful and responsible course of action is to withdraw the petition rather than insult the intelligence of the public by pretending they are not responsible for Mr. Scott's arrest. We will continue to act within the bounds of the law to protect the rights and reputations of our clients, and will not hesitate to expose every relevant document and fact as this matter progresses. Then after this, they dropped out facts on the media space about petitions, that PWAN did against Mr. Scott, of course. So after this back and forth between PWAN and Mr. Scott's legal team, this PWAN guy decided to go on an interview, to talk about what is happening right now, between PWAN and Mr. Scott. And this was what he had to say.
This started around May. Say here in PWAN real estate company, the company that sells receipts. And that's why I started by saying, having been in existence since 2012, we have satisfied customers. As I speak to you, we have customers who live in our estates, built up estates. Where they live, do we call them receipts?
But there are people that are.
There are other people.
You cannot discount one complaint by saying we have 100.
No. So what I'm saying is this. Let me now go.
Or are you saying that it's those people were lying?
No. So let me go to the issue so that I want to bring you closer to get it clearer.
But who got him arrested?
Okay, so I'm going there.
Okay.
So now, one of the days, Scott came online and said that if anything happens to him or his family members, PWAN should be held responsible. That for us was like, no. In the first place, we've not met you. One, nobody has access to you. Why coming to say if anything happens to you, PWAN should be held responsible? As an organization, we also felt no. God forbid, anything happens to this guy, and we don't go to submit ourselves to the right authority to look as if. So we went to the police to say this is what is going on. So person who has been doing this to us said, if this, please, can he be invited? Now, I want to say clearly here, which his lawyer knows, even when we didn't take him to the police for arrest, we called him to the police to come and defend his claims that, oh, you said they are threatening you. On what grounds?
Let me get you clearly, sir.
Yes, sir.
You reported him to the police.
Yes,
for the police to invite him.
On the basis of his statement that if anything happens to him, PWAN should be held responsible.
So was it an invitation that was sent out to him, or the police went after him and got him arrested?
Invitation was sent to him.
He came.
He came the first time. There. He came.
So on what basis was he then arrested and he's now being arraigned in court?
He came, and after the police now said, okay, what is the issue? You are advocating for customers who have done this. This is what you're saying. Okay, can you help with the information? Let the company also go, because we went on the basis
he has submitted to the EFCC.
No, he hasn't submitted as a then. He has not. EFCC was just about a week or 2 weeks ago. I'm talking about far back May. We're in July.
Oh, no, we're talking about his incarceration now.
It was when we came out. Now, he did. I'm talking about, let's take it step by step. Now.
So from May, yeah.
From May.
Yes.
When he made that statement was around June, thereabouts. Now, as at then, there was no petition submitted to EFCC.
Okay.
Are you getting me? It was the statement he made that led us to going to say, please, we are not after his life. If there be any reason why he thinks we need to let him give us.
Yeah, but he honored the police.
He honored the invitation. So now he was granted administrative bail. And we were both asked to resume every Tuesday.
On what basis?
Now he was asked to, collect the information. The people you said are complaining. Collect the information. Let's have, because like I said, we didn't go on the basis of arrest. It was to protect the brand.
Sorry, I have a question here, because now this sounds like persecution of a private citizen for raising alarm about...
A whistleblower.
Yeah,
No.
a whistleblower. Yes. Sorry, let me land here, because this is very odd. You're saying that he was made to go, you say, from May to meet the police every Tuesday.
No, that was it.
Sorry, I'm just trying to land, and then you can
You
clarify.
have to understand that my ladies are lawyers.
Yeah,
So-
you have to let us land, and then you can clarify, right? Because
no.
this honestly sounds like persecution of a whistleblower who has no investment himself in this matter and is just trying to advocate for others. So what you're saying is that your company or yourself made a complaint to the police about possible defamation by Scott Iguma. And then to defend himself from this defamation case or whatever, he was made to appear at the police station every Tuesday, from your own words. And after this, he also took these petitions that he had received from the public and handed them to the EFCC. And then after that, was then remanded under Section 24 of the Cyber Crimes Act, the same section, if we all recall, that Shoma Okoli was remanded when she made a bad tomato paste review against, what was that company called? I've lost it. Tomato paste review, Section 24 of the Cyber Crimes Act, right? Defamation. A lot of lawyers here, and Kachi is a lawyer, as I myself, we can talk about the need to maybe decriminalize defamation. But beyond that, are you telling me that the Nigerian police, after hearing that there were people saying that they might have been defrauded by your company, or alleging that, told a private citizen to come and be investigating on their behalf?
No,
and come and report to them?
No. Get it right. Let's get ourselves right. Let me play back now. I told you the basis, the reason why we had to go to the police.
Because you felt like he was threatening the company
by
saying that you're after his life.
Thank you.
So basically, after saying that, he now had to come every Tuesday.
No, now the police had to know why. Definitely,
and he needed to come every Tuesday to tell the police why he felt threatened.
No, not why he felt threatened. Investigation. Now wait, somebody goes to say online, okay. You wake up and you hear that Julius says, if I say whatever happens to me and my family...
He put out a disclaimer. You don't arrest the person.
No, we did not. It is not an arrest.
Okay, so what is it, sir?
The person in question, we've never had any contact, and we've never had any... And it's not making it easy for us to meet with him.
So you've never had contact with Scott Iguma, is what you're saying here? Your company and yourself have never had contact with him?
So who arrested him?
So the issue of arrest... He was in jobs now. Good. According to the police, he was asked to provide the names. Okay, these are the affected people. Let us bridge peace and make sure that the company, the customers, and what you're doing were all on the same page. Now, he refused coming back. He was granted an administrative bail. He refused coming back. Are you getting me? Now, I am not a police officer. Are you getting me? Now, and like I said, PWAN did not go to police to arrest Scott Iguma. PWAN went to defend a brand, like any other person would do. Somebody cannot just wake up and say, if anything happens to me, XY should be held responsible, and you keep quiet on it. So we went to report ourselves to say, okay, this is what is going on. Please.
You didn't go to report yourself. You went to report Scott.
Yes.
Because he was the one.
The police to invite him.
Okay.
And then it turned to
now on the issue of arrest.
Now on the issue, bail, he was already a suspect in an issue.
No, on the issue of now, let me clear what happened on the day. What led to arrest? Now, on the said day he came, it was said that he had some scuffle with the police officers. He was shouting, they were nagging, and that was the reason why they had to detain him. Now,
on Thursday.
On Thursday.
Yeah.
He had issues with the police officers now, and they had to detain him. So it was not the P1 who said, oh, no.
But it was not released on Friday.
And he's being arraigned in court.
It's been, now, I am,
On
like I said.
On a 10-count charge.
Like I said, I'm not the police. See, can I say something?
The 10-count charge was on information of P1's character.
Now, can I say something? P1, like I said, we are doing everything meaningful in my capacity and with other top executives to make sure that Scott is not our enemy.
Let's go. You spoke about a scuffle.
Okay.
Can you explain that? What do you mean a scuffle occurred?
Allegedly.
Oh, okay, allegedly. I see.
So I didn't say that wasn't her.
Let's move forward. Now that Scott is, in the custody and the case by the police has been filed in court.
Okay.
Have you been formally invited by the EFCC, or are you expecting an invitation based on the 130 petitions that is submitted to the EFCC, for which is supplied proof that those things have been submitted? Have you been invited, or are you expecting an invitation?
We're expecting invitation.
Okay. Are you in court with any of those people who made those allegations for which Scott has approached the EFCC?
No, we're not. We're not
in court with any of them.
So guys, we're expecting that, Mr. Scott will be released by tomorrow. But tell me what you think about this on the comment section. Do you think this is a case of defamation, right? Because what I feel is defamation is when you don't have proof, guys. But this guy has even taken more than 100 petitions to the EFCC, right? He has filed in more than 100 petitions to the EFCC. So you just tell me what you think about this in the comment section, guys. Do you think it's a matter of defamation, right? Or actually Scott has the right to do what he's doing, because P1 is not the first company he has called out. And the companies he has called out have come out, right? They have come out to clear their name. So just drop your opinion in the comment section and tell me what you think about it. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like this video. We're good.